What is up, guys? Zakin here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to guarantee to get your first wholesaling real estate deal. I'm going to show you what I have called the 5 fingers of death system for finding your first wholesaling real estate deal. Why do I call it this? Why is it so scary? Why does it sound so crazy? What is the truth about it? Let's explain exactly how you can get your first deal in wholesaling real estate by going out here and doing the 5 fingers of death system. So I think everybody knows, basically, if y'all ever follow rap, there is a thing called the 5 fingers of death freestyle. It's from Sway. He called it the 5 fingers of death freestyle. And basically what it is I think in 2 or 3 minutes, you have to rap over 5 different beats, and it's very difficult to do. And if you're a really good rapper, you can do it pretty good. And the thing about it is it's so difficult that if you can get through it, it's pretty cool. And that is sort of the point today. I am going to show you what the 5 fingers of death system for wholesaling real estate. And this is kind of like, there's an old Bruce Lee movie. I don't think it was not a Bruce Lee movie. It's one of the old Kung Fu movies. And I think it was the 5 fingers death punch or something like that. And that basically states if you can have the 5 fingers of death, you can go out here and destroy anything and really become a beast from everything. So that's what I'm telling. That's how Sway got it. He got it from that movie. And it was, King Boxer, 5 fingers of death. That was an old one. But it was a pretty funny movie from the 70s. It was all those like old Kung Fu movies. But 5 fingers of death. So if we're going to give you 5 fingers of death for wholesaling real estate, you're going to just be like a Kung Fu master, number 1. And number 2, you're going to be like Sway. And that's pretty gangster. So there's been some cool raps. If you guys have any free time, just look up 5 fingers of death freestyles. There's some pretty cool ones. And yeah, so that's what we're doing today. And no, we're not going to do no freestyle raps today, but maybe I'll put ChatGPT. We already have a wholesaling rap in it, but that's what we're doing today. Guys, people would charge $1,000, $2,000 for stuff like this, but I'm going to give it out absolutely for free. Y'all already know what to do. Y'all know how to go out here and learn wholesaling for free. This is what we're going to teach. This is how you're going to get your first wholesaling real estate deal. And this is how you get rich in wholesaling real estate by doing these things. That's going to lead to your wholesaling real estate. Let's talk about this 5 fingers of death system and let's break it down. And you know, I'm a very visual learner. So if I'm a visual learner, I got to bring the visuals out to you. So we got the iPad out today. We're really going to bring the whiteboard out and deal with the 5 fingers of death system. All right. So it sounds scary, but I'm telling you, it's scary because it is not like something that's scary for you, but it is a weapon you can use to destroy competition and become successful. Now, before we start, you got to know I am probably got one of the worst handwriting in the wholesaling real estate game, but it don't matter because I make it up by just flexing on gurus. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to break down. And let's just talk about it and let's just get straight into it so everybody knows. So the first part in the what we'll call the 5 fingers of death system is number 1. So this is the gauntlet you have to get through. So if you want to get your first wholesaling deal, go through the system. So there is going to be 5 key tenets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll call it 5. Okay. Now, if anybody out here ever watched Naruto, y'all know one of the goats, Rock Lee, Mike Guy. They go through the 6 gates. Right? They got to get through each one and they basically become unstoppable. So this is basically the same thing. You got to get through the 6 gates to become unstoppable. You don't need to have skills. You just have to have the will to do it. And so we're going Mike Guy style today on here. So let's break down the 5 things on here. So let's talk about the first gate we have to get through. It kind of sounds like Kill Bill too, but like, I don't know why I'm getting all Kung Fu today, but let's talk about the first one. How do you get your first deal? Number 1, what does everybody out here want to get their first deal? This is super simple. Okay. We are going to cold call how many? I'm going very slow. Every probate, okay, for the past 30 days. That is number 1. And y'all can cry all you want. Let's just focus on this. So many wholesalers, they get so like, oh my gosh, they get so like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. Hey, let's just focus on this one thing. Let's just deviate your focus everywhere. Let's focus on one very important thing. Number 1, if we didn't get a first deal, let's cold call every probate. That's it. Why? Because it's a little difficult to pull that, not too difficult, but good enough to get through. And then you don't have to make 5,000 calls. That is the point. You can get a lot of deals by not making a lot of calls. This is why I tell everybody to do it. That is number 1. We're going to cold call every single probate out here. Not that difficult, I think. I think it's very doable for everybody, but that is not an easy task. You have to to do this, and we're going to go, guys, this is a full breakdown. Like, I want you guys to get your first deal. I'm sick of this. So for cold calling every probate, what does that entail? What is the step-by-step approach on this? What does this entail? Well, let's go to A. So A, that is going to entail, we're going to have to pull the probate list, right? Pull the probate list. B, it's going to, and then we'll put from online or clerk of court in person, right? And the reason why I'm writing this is because I'm going to post the notes in the Facebook group for everybody. So y'all don't have to write the notes. The notes you can download and just have it for you. So that's going to be pretty cool. Make a little ebook on this, but we're going really in detail because I want to write these notes so you can have these notes for yourself. So I think that's kind of cool. So B, number one, pull the probate list from the online clerk of the court website, right? Number B. So what is the second part on here? Once we pull the probate list, we're going to have to really probably cross-reference it, right? We're going to have to what we call cross-reference. Whatever, I'll spell that wrong. Who cares? Basically what that means, I'm not trying to confuse anybody. Let's go to freeholstein.com. We'll learn how to do that the right way. But we're just going to be like, okay, so if Sally Sue died, we got to make sure that Sally Sue owns property. So we're probably going to go to property appraiser and just search Sally Sue. She pops up that she owns 123 Main Street. That's cool too. And then we're also going to see that Sally Sue died, and then that John Sue Smith is the son, right? Let's call him the son. All right. And so if John Smith Sue is the son here, he's going to be the person that we actually want to contact, because unfortunately we can't contact Sally Sue. We'd probably have to go to some pastor or something to go reference her, but that's probably not even going to work either. So we got to do the second best thing we can possibly do, which is contact John Sue Smith. And because of this, number C, we are going to go skip trace PR. That's basically it. So we're going to go skip trace the PR, John Sue Smith. We're going to go find his address. TruePeopleSearch.com works really well. On top of that too, on the clerk of the court, he probably has a address to put it on. He probably has an address to put it on, and then put his address, and then you can kind of skip trace him from there. And that'll work pretty well too. And then on top of that too, you can go through like a True People search too. So TruePeopleSearch.com, just look the guy up. It'll pop up on there. And then you get relatives. On top of that, I can skip trace Sally Sue, and then just make sure off a skip trace it might have like relative like one, and then it'll have relatives phone numbers, which we can do from there, right? That'll be pretty cool. They'll skip trace. And then number D, we're just going to call with freeholsteling.com script. I'm making it smaller. Oh my God, my handwriting is getting worse by the hour. Then boom, you call it the script, and then that is it on this end. So we're going to make this kind of bundle up here. But number one, we're going to cold call every single probate for the past 30 days. So A, we're going to pull probate lists from online clerk of the court. B, we're going to cross-reference Sally Sue owns the property. Then we're going to go skip trace the PR. We're going to get his address, truepeoplesearch.com. From there, be perfect, right? And then you're just going to call with the freeholstein.com script. That is it. All right. Like, oh, do I send letters out? No, just cold call. Okay. That is number one. All right. Let's go back here to number two. Let's make number two blue. All right. Number two is going to be a very, very, very simple one. Do not get this all worked up, stressed out. But this is going to be, remember guys, it's not called the 5 fingers of death. It's called that for a reason. It's not called the 5 fingers of easy, or like the 5 fingers of just, making it simple, right? Because it's not scary. You're not going to go whoop your competition by just sitting on your butt all day doing nothing, right? We're going to work our butt off. The reason is because if you go through all these, you're going to become unstoppable and get your first deal. So number two, we are going to reverse drive for dollars, 1,000 leads. Now guys, this is not going to take you a day to do. All right. This is going to take some time. And for my virtual peeps, I'll have a special one for you. Okay. There will be a special one. We'll do that one really quick too, but reverse drive for dollars, 1,000 leads. Pretty simple. Okay. Number A, we can find ugly houses or put the reverse drive for dollars on government lists. Basically, those are the type of leads we can reverse drive for dollars. Government lists, code violations, probates, water shutoffs, evictions, tax delinquencies, liens, all those great lists. I'd probably do both together. That's what we're going to go after, right? B, on top of that, once we find ugly house, we're just going to put the sticky note on it. And what's the sticky note going to say? Be pretty easy, right? We're going to make a little sticky note right here. So the sticky note's going to be yellow sticky note. They cost like, I don't know, half a penny each. And this is a small sticky note, but make it a little bigger, right? Hey, this is Zach. I have a quick question. Please call me. And 772-000-001 or whatever. Like it's a fake number, but like you do that, quick question about the property, whatever it is, just put that on the sticky notes and then boom. There's some cool custom stampers people have been putting in the group that are kind of cool too. But like, I mean, something simple. It looks handwritten. It looks unique, right? Kind of cool. But that's what the sticky note is going to look like, right? So look like that. Pretty nice, but that's what it'd be. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Then what you're going to do next is just going to receive a call to get inbound leads. And then the rest go to freeholding.com. You talk to them. Hey, you're calling me about, yeah. I was actually calling in the, Memphis area, and I was looking to buy some more properties, and we're just seeing if anyone in that area was looking for it. Then you go from the MCTP, go from there, freeholding.com is all in there. That's just the reverse trying for dollars part. But now for my virtual peeps, we'll call this, make it a dark blue. All right, screw it. We're gonna call it 2, and then we're gonna do it the virtual. All right, we're gonna make the virtual portion. Okay, if you're doing virtual, we can make it just pretty simple, but we are going to do this. Actually, this is actually even easier. All right, like this is even better than reverse trying for dollars 1,000 leads. But what we're going to do instead is we are just going to cold call or text all evictions. Pretty simple. Okay, that's it. All evictions, and then we're probably going to do that for, let's say, 90 to 120 days in the past, or do it 400, whatever one you really want to do, right? And so this will probably entail pulling the list, be skip tracing, and then C is going to just be SMS or calling. Same script, all that stuff. Remember, all going to be in freeholesaling.com. Boom. So if you learn how to do all those things, all there, freeholesaling.com, right? So that's going to be number 2. Now, let's go back here to number 3. Now, we're at the third stage. Things getting spicy here. All right. Now we're going to get going. Now we got to keep it up and start doing a little better. So let's go here and let's get it. All right. So next one here is going to be number 3, which is going to be pretty simple. Like that was probably the hardest one out of them all for now. But number 3 here is just going to be, we are going to cold call every code violation. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. But Zach, what if I have some cash? I don't care. Okay. Past month, every code violation, right? Past month. Pretty simple. From there, basically pull the list. Terrible. Pull list, B, skip trace, and then C, call. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy there, right? Keep it simple there. And now we're at 4. Now things are, this is when we're really spicing it up. This is really where the 5 fingers of death gets its name in wholesaling real estate, or how I'm giving it its name. This is pretty ambitious, but it's intense, and it's intense for a reason. Okay. We are going to make this one green for money. Why not? Top of this, we are going to cold call, or I'll let you SMS. I'll give you that. Okay. Because that's a lot of cold calling. Cold call or SMS every lien past month. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy, but every single lien. Credit card debt lien lists, the basically utility liens, if you really want to get crazy on that, IRS debt lien lists, all these type of liens out here. You're going to pull every single lien and cold call it. Tax liens, like every single lien. I would probably skip mechanics liens, but like pretty simple, right? You're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull liens, skip trace, and call/text. Nothing crazy, but not bad. Now we are on the red. This is going to be red. This is the last part. Oh my gosh, this is going to be really easy. I haven't got my deal. I'm going to prove Zach wrong. It's over. Zach's done with. I'm going to prove that I can do this without getting a deal. You don't even know the last one. Everybody knows the last one. What do they say? The path to heaven is paved through, bad word I can't say on YouTube, but everybody knows the path to heaven is paved through suffering and a lot of pain and struggle. So the path to heaven is paved through struggle. Now the last path, the last one we got to deal with, this is not the easiest one, but it's the simplest one to do. Pretty simple. We are going to recall every one of the 4 lists above one time. And if no answer, we are going to leave a voicemail and text. That's it. Do that. Every single person will get a contact on there. So if they didn't answer the phone, you're going to leave a voicemail text. Pretty simple. Copy and paste the text, make it simple. But that is going to be the 5 fingers of death system right there, because I want you guys to understand that it doesn't seem crazy. Doesn't seem that difficult. But what I could tell you is, for a lot of people out here, it's very scary. It is very, very scary. For a lot of people, it's the scariest pirate type thing ever. But if you can get through the 5 fingers of death system, it will lead you to wholesaling success. So let's go over the 5 fingers of death system really quick for everyone. Remember, this is not as difficult as it seems, but I will show you really quick. So number 1, cold call every probate for the past 30 days. We have the lists here. Number 2, reverse drive for dollars, 1,000 leads. Sticky notes right there. virtual if you're going to do it, cold call or text all the evictions for the past 90 days. See freewholesaling.com to learn how. Cold call every code violation for the past month. 4, cold call SMS every lien for the past month. And pretty simple, we're going to recall all this list once again. And that will lead to you getting your first wholesaling real estate deal. Repeat that on and on, you're going to get rich in wholesaling. It's impossible not to get rich with this system. So that is it. That is my system.